Hello, in this video I'm going to be covering some of the new features available in RapidRig Modular 1.5.0. So these are just some of the things that have been done since the original videos were done for release. So to begin, I'm going to just throw down the template option, and here we have a bird option which has been recently added. But for the sake of this demo, I'm going to be using the quadruped. So I'm going to choose quadruped and I'm going to create. So now that I have this, I can make any edits I want to it, but one of the things that's new is the ability to create auxiliary joints. Now before, if you wanted just one single joint to, say, attach a weapon to, or for deformation, or attach armor to, or something like that, the only way to do it before was to create a single FK chain with one chain and one joint, and then give it a name, but you end up with a parent control and a bunch of other overhead that you probably don't need. So for making the rig faster and more optimized, you can create just one-off joints. So I can choose auxiliary joint and give this a name. So I could call this shoulder armor or something like this, and I can choose to mirror it if I like. And I'll create this when I select the whatever proxy I want to attach it to. And then I can go ahead and move this around and position it to wherever I like, and I can mirror that from left to right. Once I'm happy with that, I can kind of continue on. So one other thing I'm going to do is adjust the position of the cog control. So to be able to move that, I can simply grab the root control and turn off the template. Now the reason why this is template is because it's a fairly large control. So it could get in the way. So I'm just going to move this kind of in the center. And then if I wanted to make more tweaks and this was getting in the way, I could simply template it again. And so once I'm ready to generate my rig, I'm going to go and give it a name. So I'm going to just call this quadruped. And I'll generate the rig, and I'll pause the video here once this starts, and I'll start it back up once it's complete. Okay, so now we're ready to choose whether we want the single hierarchy. I'm going to choose no. And here's my rig. So here's the auxiliaries, which I can move in any direction. I can rotate them, I can scale them, and those will also show up in the modular selector. Now, one other thing that's new is the addition of icons. So this is for the modular selector. So if I click that, I can bring up the selector, and now this has been slightly arranged. So now the auxiliaries are here, the FK chains are here, and in the middle we have the splines, any heads, and look at controls are all together. And then here we have the arms and legs. Alright, so to manipulate the cog control, what I need to do is select the main control and turn that on. And so now I can move this anywhere I want, and it basically acts as the cog center of gravity, as it's short for. And in addition to that, one of the other things that's new is the pivot control. So underneath the cog control visibility is this pivot control visibility. So if I turn this on, there's an extra control here. Now, moving it around actually has no effect. And the reason for that is because it's a pivot control that I can position wherever I want, and then I can rotate from that position. So in the case of like a quadruped here, I may want to be able to rotate the character from the center, and then likely from the hips at some point, but I can also rotate from wherever this object is. So if I move this to, say, the front of my character, I could actually animate and move the character from that position. I can also move it to the feet, or wherever I like. If the character was like dangling from something, I can put it there. Now you have to be careful if this thing is rotated and then you start to move it, it's going to change where that pivot is happening. So generally this is like positioned for a certain shot, and then you can put it back wherever you want later. And what else can I show you? So one other thing that's been added is in the top IK control, there is the top translate and top orient influence. So right now with these set to 1, they go wherever the parent node is. So if I set these to 0, and now I rotate from the hips, oops, there we go, and now I rotate from the hips, that stays locked. In addition to that, what's new is the ability to set this on the mid control. So right now the mid control is kind of average or moves with both of these. But if I want, I can set this to 0 as well, so I can sort of lock down the center of the character. So those are some of the main things that are new. One other thing that's new is because of the way RapidRig Modular is set up, mirroring is, like if you grab two controls and you rotate them, they don't mirror rotation. And the reason why I did this is because I didn't want to make the assumption that everything was going to be necessarily needing to counter-rotate. So a lot of this stuff has translate on it, and if you're translating in local space with something that's mirrored, you get this weird sort of things moving in the opposite direction. So you can use the mirror options. So if I were to rotate this and move it, I can choose to mirror that, so I can go left to right, and that will quickly do that. Now, rather than having to use the UI all the time, because maybe you don't want to have this taking up a lot of your screen space, one of the additional scripts that's now available is if I go to my bundle when I download it, is I get this RapidRig modular mirror. And in here I can choose, I can just copy these out, but anyways, these are hotkeys that I can use to manipulate where the mirroring happens. Like, so if I want, I can mirror the whole thing. I can do a mirror and select, a mirror and key, and a mirror and select and key. So by running these scripts, just copy and paste these in here. Get rid of the commenting. So what I can do is actually position this, and then I can choose to mirror. And that will automatically mirror the other side. Now if I want, I can do mirror and select. So what this will do is will select both sides when I mirror. I can also do mirror and key. So what this will do is it'll automatically key anything as long as it already has an existing key. So if there's no keys already, it won't create any. But once you add a key, it will. And then the other one is mirror and select new key. So let's just say I did this. So I'm going to set a key here. And I'm going to go to frame 10, and I'm going to move this up. Actually, I'll key this one at 10 as well. Alright, I'll key both those, and then say at frame 1, I'm going to move this one down. And I'll go mirror and select and key, or mirror and key then. And so now that'll actually animate. So what you can do is either run these commands or just simply drag them as shelf icons, and then you can quickly have those there. The other option is to map them to a hotkey. So any of those will actually work. It's up to you on how you want to use them, but it should help speed up your workflow. And I think that's about it for this video. Hopefully this helps you work with some of the new features that are in RapidRig Modular, and keep an eye out for new updates as they come. Thanks for watching.